It's like a marriage. If you want to depart, you have to move your things out of a house. Who owns what, and there are certain agencies under Ecowas that are domiciled in those countries. So all of that has to be sorted out. During that 6-month period, the Authority of Heads of State has directed that ECOWAS redouble its efforts to ensure that these three countries don't leave. And the door still remains during the 6-month period for them to remain.
Ecowas.
Yes, so ECOWAS is telling our leaders in the Sahel that the door will still be open for them even after the exit. As me and you already know, our leaders in the Sahel, they have officially submitted their request to leave ECOWAS. But ECOWAS cannot stand it. ECOWAS does not understand why our leaders want to leave. But you can see the lack of sincerity coming from ECOWAS. ECOWAS is not doing this because they care about the Sahel alliance. They don't care about them. They are doing it because of their own ego. I want us to go and listen to the full statement from ECOWAS, come back and talk about it. But before we do that, this is One Africa Mission. One Africa Mission, we are missionaries. We are on a mission. We are young Africans. And our mission is all about the unity of Africa and our dignity as a race. Because if we want a dignified, melanated race, then we must fight to unite the continent of Africa. Free movement of the citizens of Africa, not just ECOWAS, not just SADC, not just... if you really want true free movement of the citizens of Africa, then support our mission. How do you support us? Is by sharing what we are doing, subscribe to our YouTube channel, pass your comments, like it. If you appreciate what we are doing, if you want a dignified Africa for the next generation of Africans, then let's come together, let's bring our energies together and fight to unite the continent of Africa. That is why we are here. Thank you very much for coming around. Please, let's go and listen to the full statement by ECOWAS, come back and then talk about it.
The three countries will officially cease to be members of ECOWAS from 29 January 2025. The authority decides to set the period from 29 January 2025 to 29 July 2025 as a transitional period and to keep ECOWAS doors open to the three countries during the transition period. The authority directs the President of the Commission to launch withdrawal formalities after the deadline of 29 January 2025.
It's like a marriage. If you want to depart, you have to move your things out of a house. Who owns what, and there are certain agencies under ECOWAS that are domiciled in those countries. So all of that has to be sorted out. During that 6-month period, the Authority of Heads of State has directed that ECOWAS redouble its efforts to ensure that these three countries don't leave. And the door still remains during the 6-month period for them to remain.
ECOWAS.
Yeah, so as I said, there seems to be some lack of sincerity coming from this statement by ECOWAS. Because it seems like ECOWAS doesn't want our leaders in the Sahel to leave because of their own ego. Not because of the citizens of ECOWAS, or not that they really care about the Sahel Alliance, the citizens of the Sahel Alliance. They don't really care about them. It is just because of their own ego. Because the Sahel Alliance didn't just wake up and say, we want to leave. There were reasons, or there are reasons why they want to leave. Are you addressing their concerns? Are you addressing the reasons that led for them to say we want to leave? No. All that you want them to do is to stay, so that they will continue to, so that France and NATO and America will continue to control them. They are saying that let us have our freedom, our sovereignty, because ECOWAS is being dictated by the colonial criminals. But we don't want that. We want change. So why are you not bringing that change? What are you doing to make sure that France doesn't have influence over ECOWAS again? What are you doing for that? No. All that you are saying, they shouldn't leave, they shouldn't go because of their own ego. You want them to still be part of ECOWAS so that France will continue to have influence over them. When are you coming out with one passport for the continent, for the sub-region? Are you telling us that? No. When are you coming out with one currency for the sub-region? Nothing. All that was, and this is what this Sahel Alliance are preaching. This is what they are saying. Let's have our own currency. Let's have one passport. Let's have free movement of ECOWAS citizens. As we speak now, ECOWAS citizens doesn't have free movement. They can lie to you on paper, but in reality, ECOWAS citizens doesn't move freely within the sub-region. If I'm lying, listen to this sister.
They want to frustrate you every single time. This is the first time I'm hearing that man writing nationality in my yellow card means that I have to do a new yellow card. Are you not the one who said I should pay?
Me, I said you pay. For what?
You said I should pay for a new yellow card. You are lying now. You know you are lying.
It costs me an arm and a leg to get my documents so that I won't have to pay money unnecessarily. I have all the documents and even the things they don't need, I got it. So why do I have all the documents that I got so expensively and then I'll keep... So like that, I've been here for 2 hours. I'm actually waiting for the director of immigrations here in this border here because I got here a bit later than I said I'll come. He had stepped out and then he has not been reachable. They said he went for something official. He will soon be back. He's the one I'm waiting for.
Then while I was standing and waiting, the vaccination man sent someone to call me into his office. He was very angry.
What did I do? Because I caught someone and was screaming at me. What did I do wrong?
I was not there. I don't know what happened.
But you're the one who called me to come.
Yeah, they said to just call you, but I don't know what's happening.
And then the director...
Yes, this is a Nigerian sister who is a motor rider, and she cannot ride within the sub-region, even though she is a citizen of the sub-region, without being harassed by immigration officers. What is ECOWAS doing about it? A Nigerian citizen cannot move to Cote d'Ivoire, especially those French countries. A French citizen cannot move, the so-called Francophone citizen cannot move to Anglophone citizen country without him or her being harassed by immigration officers. What are you doing about it? Why is it that ECOWAS is not addressing those concerns? Lack of security. What is ECOWAS doing about it? What support are you giving to the people in the Sahel? You left them in the hands of jihadis. And after they started fighting them fiercely, today you want them to come back so that France can have control over them again. Is that what you want? And please, let me first of all ask you, do you think the Sahel Alliance should go back to ECOWAS? Do you think they should stay with ECOWAS? Because for what I know, as an ECOWAS citizen, our leaders in ECOWAS, they have really failed us, we the citizens of ECOWAS. If you see all these young Africans perishing in the Mediterranean Sea, in the Sahara Desert, they are mostly coming from ECOWAS countries.
Red Cross workers said this was the most crammed vessel they've ever seen. The wooden boat, carrying 271 migrants from Africa, arrived in the westernmost part of Spain's Canary Islands. The Atlantic migration route, one of the deadliest in the world, is typically used by migrants from sub-Saharan Africa attempting to reach Europe, particularly in the summer due to more favorable weather conditions. Almost 15,000 people have arrived in the Canary Islands this year, according to Spanish government data.
Most of the people, most of the young Africans who are perishing in the Mediterranean Sea, in the Sahara Desert, they are mostly coming from ECOWAS. These are ECOWAS citizens. 90% of them are ECOWAS citizens. What are you doing as our leaders in ECOWAS to stop that? That is what those in the Sahel are saying. We must stop it. How do you stop it? It's by having control over your resources. You don't have that. Nigerian resources is not owned by Nigeria. Ghana resources is not owned by Ghana. Learn from the examples of those in the Sahel, taking control of their destiny, their nations, and then we can talk about unity. But as long as the resources in Cote d'Ivoire is still being owned by France, as long as France still have influence over Cote d'Ivoire as to who should be the leader, as long as France still have influence over most French countries as to who should lead them, then what is the use of ECOWAS then? And this is the concerns that those in the Sahel are talking about. These are the concerns that they want you to address. You are not addressing those concerns. All that you are saying, they should not go. As I said, as an ECOWAS citizen, do you think ECOWAS is working for your interest? I was recently, the One Africa Mission team, where we were recently in Namibia, just about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, One Africa Mission. Where are you going?
Yeah, we are on our way to meet our family, our son people.
Now in Namibia, nobody knows as to what is going through the desert. I was talking about, because we were in the middle of the desert, and I was telling them as to how people, young Africans, are crossing the Sahara Desert to the Mediterranean Sea. They didn't understand what is that. They didn't understand. Young people in Namibia didn't understand what is that, because none of them will go through those kind of things. So that is why I'm saying our leaders in ECOWAS, they have really failed us, we the citizens of ECOWAS. Because majority of the young people perishing in the Sahara Desert, they are coming from ECOWAS countries. Maybe a few from East Africa and Central Africa. But the rest are coming. No Southern African youth will pass through the desert just because they want to go to Europe. Why is it that our leaders in ECOWAS are not doing the same thing? Why are you not creating the opportunity for young Africans, young citizens from ECOWAS to remain in Africa and then enjoy whatever Mother Nature has given to us? That is what those in the Sahel are trying their best to do. In Burkina Faso, we all can see what Ibrahim Traore is doing. We can all see what General Chiane is doing. We can all see what Assimi Goïta is doing. For you people, all that you talk about is democracy, democracy, democracy. Now, democracy we go chop. We keep asking you. So if you want to see those in the Sahel remain with ECOWAS, then address the fundamental issues that they are raising. They are raising serious questions, which is very relevant to we, the citizens of ECOWAS. And those in the Sahel, they are more popular to us, we, the citizens of ECOWAS, than you guys. So if you want them, or if you want we, the citizens, to support you, for them to remain with ECOWAS, then you must address the fundamental issues that they are raising. Don't just tell them to stay. They should stay so that France will continue to have control over them. Is that what you are asking them? They should stay so that the European Union will continue to have influence over them. We saw what the Senegalese representative in the ECOWAS parliament was saying.
Mr. President, you were not good to me. Today you are doing the same thing. I am sorry. You can impose this on me. No. But I have noticed since yesterday this is the second time that you have been president. Force me to sit down, I'm going to sit down. But I want to say in front of the whole plen, I'm the only one you're treating as. That's why I'm embarrassed, because we have an organization whose capital is in Washington that comes to talk to us. We, Washington, which dropped the bomb in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, comes to talk to us about human rights. To us who never dropped bombs in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, an organization whose capital is in Washington, the United States, whose development is based on the genocide of the Indians and the slavery of blacks, this organization comes to talk to us about human rights. That's why I'm asking that the CDAOs explains to us what is the agreement they have with these organizations. We have an organization whose capital is in Switzerland that comes to talk to us about human rights. What is Switzerland? I will give 2 examples. Switzerland. It is where some of our leaders who have stolen the people's money, which means that we have no health, no education, have hidden in their bank our money, and an organization based in this country comes to give us lessons in human rights, and we sat down nicely. Switzerland is the country where the Nestle company is located, which makes N, and with higher sugar in countries with sugar in the United Kingdom and in Germany. You think that these B organizations over there should be able to talk to us about human rights. No, my
legislations that would benefit ECOWAS without the European Union representatives sitting down and watching them to see what they will do. Is that what you call sovereignty? The Sahel Alliance are crying for the sovereignty of their nations. Nigeria is not doing that. Ghana is not doing that. Ivory Coast is not doing that. You are still under the control of your colonial criminals. The Sahel Alliance are saying, we don't want that. We want to bring an end to that. We want to break that chains so that we'll take our destiny into our own hands. And all that you are saying to them is, don't go, stay. They should stay and do what? They should stay and do what? So I'm asking a question to you as an African citizen, to you as an Ecowas citizen. Do you think those in the Sahel Alliance, should continue to remain with Ecowas? Do you think as an Ecowas citizen, Ecowas is working for your interest as a citizen? Because for me, as an Ecowas citizen, I don't think as we speak now, Ecowas is working for my interest. We need serious reforms in Ecowas. So if you want those in the Sahel Alliance to stay, then you must start to bring those reforms to make sure that you work for the interests of those citizens, not for the interests of the colonial criminals. When you wanted to attack Niger, what were you doing it for? You were doing it because of France wanted you to do that, not because of you wanted anything democracy for the continent or the sub-region. Because we have democratic dictators in the sub-region. You are not addressing those issues. I thank you very much for coming around. Please, I am your missionary brother Dubia Anzanse. Please, if you appreciate what we are doing, it is not easy, then support our mission, One Africa mission. We are on a mission until we chase Satan out of the continent of Africa. We can do it if we bring our collective energies together. Thank you very much. Please don't hesitate to support our mission by subscribing to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Facebook, on TikTok, One Africa Mission. We are on a mission, as I said, until we kick Satan and the puppet colonial criminals out of the continent of Africa. Thank you.